always wanted to do my 80s kind of, instrumental guitar player thing. My compositions, I was composing much more. I was, understanding much more like the creative process to compose. I was feeling more secure to do a solo album, all produced by myself and
Yeah, that's what I
all
was gonna get
composed.
to. Is what made you move out and go solo?
No, actually, we still do some. We still keep doing the Angra stuff. I was doing like as a side project. This Angra, we were still playing Angra. We did an album in 2005, 2007, 2009, but then it was not as much as before,
Right.
because everybody was doing some side projects. So the band was like not as active as before, but we still do. We still do. We're gonna well, actually, like last year we didn't do anything, but this year we're like we did like a Miami cruise.
Mm-hmm.
70,000 tons of metal was
Oh, you
fun.
were on that. Yeah, cool.
We were there, yeah, and then we're gonna do more stuff this year. But I really concentrate in my soloist career. I did one in 2004, so I recorded all the instruments, but the drums were played by the Mike Tirana. He's an American guy, right?
Right.
Great drummer. And then my second one, I did a lot of Brazilian stuff, much more fusion-like and very diverse from my other ones. And now I'm releasing this Sounds of Innocence, which is I think I'm more mature as a composer, mainly because I try not to be mature.
I gotcha.
I try to. That's why the name of the album, Sounds of Innocence. I try really to keep my innocence, come back from the early times when you just play for fun. You don't care about, the all the players. You don't care about what people is gonna think about your music. You just play because you like it. And then the melodies they start coming, the ideas comes, and then it's like is a how to say like handcraft is a thing. You have to work a lot every day
Right.
with the demos or playing the songs many times to uh, to refine the ideas, to make it better, to try different possibilities and stuff like that. And then it's a lot of work, but I have always to keep this innocence, the fun of composing and fun of playing.
I'm discovering and speaking to a lot more bands all the time now from Brazil, actually. Why do you think that it's becoming such a hot spot worldwide? I mean, for music, everybody in the world's starting to pay attention to everything coming out of Brazil.
Well, I don't know. Brazil. Well, it's a big country, right?
Oh yeah,
A very intense country is with in the maybe more have rock bands, but the Brazilian music was always, I mean, the last 100 years was always a reference for many people. So you can have a Diana Krall album only playing only Brazilian music. You can have a Frank Sinatra album only playing Brazilian music. So it was always a very intense, active, and refined and sophisticated music. It's kind of all the jazz musicians they love Brazilian music, or Herbie Hancock and all the Pat Metheny, or all these jazz and fusion musicians they love that. Not only because of the percussion, but because of the atmospheres and harmonies and the way we do it.
Checking you out and learning about you, I find a video of you. You're on a stage in France doing some insane tapping work. You can hear the jazz fusion feel to it. Um, and then next thing I know, you're on an iPhone video that you did on an acoustic just to show fans how to play Infinite as it is.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
That's
right.
pretty wild stuff, man.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really like the acoustic stuff. I think it's kind of a way to be a bit different. You know, it's a different instrument. It's the same chords. It's the same. You know, you put the fingers in the same places, but the way you have to play, the mood and everything is different. It's like almost like a different instrument.
Let's get to your new album. There's no vocals. In fact, I don't think you need vocals. It may have hurt the music. I did watch your new video for the song "Conflicted," and not only was I blown away, but that's an interesting video.
Oh, cool.
Nice concept. Who came up with the idea of hanging out in an abandoned house somewhere?
Well, just it's kind of the idea of the song somehow. You know, I don't know. It's like It's a progressive song in
Mhm.
a way because it shows different moments, and it takes you to different places. The song takes you to. I believe so. I feel like that. I don't know,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
but it takes you. You know, it kind of has like the melody. The main riff is kind of like 80s, kind of heavy. It's a Metallica kind of riff. James Hetfield, James Hetfield vibe in the beginning, and then like 80s Satriani, heavier Satriani,
Can definitely hear that.
and and then some progressive, uh, you know, odd bars, and then it comes to totally tapping a clean atmosphere. So you know, the songs evolves in many.
After Awakening Prelude, then you just sort of kick down the door with that Grainstone Gateway.
Yeah,
Insane shredding, a metal side, yet you can hear just how in control you are with everything.
yeah.
In fact, some of the sounds in that reminded me of El Di Meola on his when he plays electric. So,
Yeah, you know, I think it's every time I do interview for United States, it's always Audi Meola as the reference,
yep,
which I really like in a way because, of course, I like him, I like his playing, but I was never super influenced by him. I was never listening that much to Audi Meola, but I think the fact of mixing rock and some Latin grooves and the Latin way of playing, it reminds maybe Santana or Aldi Meola. Actually, you don't have that many guitar players that do that
right.
in rock. So I think that's why I really try to push this for me. Always when I do a song, I try always to find my Latin Brazilian, not really Latin, but really Brazilian way of playing. So that's why kind of because as I said, Pat Metheny, Aldi Meola, many of these jazz fusion players, they came to Brazil and they really learned a lot from the Brazilian and the Caribbean music
Oh
in
yeah.
general.
Well, I mean, he probably helped that he played a lot with Paco Delusion.
Is
So,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
and
So
nobody did it like he did back in the day. So,
yeah, and the late night San Francisco or something like this. That album is amazing.
yeah. See, now you blew me away right away. So I was gonna upset my older cousins and uncles because they're old school. I said, "Hey, man, I'm putting this guy right there with Paco, McLaughlin, Demiola, Gilmore,
Oh,
and you name it." They're
oh,
like, "What?"
thanks. Oh yeah, that's great.
So now, how hard is it for you to continue to come up with such a wild and diverse music when you write? I mean, is it tough for you, or do you just it's what you do?
If you tell me to do it now, it would be tough.
Right.
But it's like this. There's a time in your life. There's like, for me, it's like every 2 years, kind of. That's a moment that you just do it.
Mhm.
You have this urge to compose. if you ask me now, because now I'm like planning the tour, have some dates and calling people and doing interview, whatever. I cannot sit down and do a song now. But then after you tour and stuff, you calm down, and then you start playing every day, and then you start to discover, you try to discover new songs, new melodies, new things, and you record your ideas. And maybe like I did this album like when I felt was the time for that. I did in 3 months, kind of 3 4 months. I did all the songs.
That's it, huh?
Yeah,
That's
but
amazing.
when I had to feel like, okay, that's, I have a lot of small ideas lost in my computer, iPhone, whatever, the Zoom recorder, these kind of things.
Uh
Then I sit down and say like, I'm gonna do an album because I'm feeling that I need to. It's like you need to vomit,
huh.
like the ideas, right? You need to put out, you bring out all these ideas you have and organize the ideas and make it them to sound like a real song.
You're
Beginning,
getting backed up. You're getting sick. It's got to come out. It's like you haven't made love in too long.
oh yeah.
Listen, man. Like I said, I think you're one of the best in the world. I think the world has a big shot coming when they start hearing this album because it's that good. Uh,
Thanks.
so I wish you all the best this year. And is there anything that you'd like to say to my readers and your fans out there?
Well, just listen to the album. As I said, I just want to promote the album and listen to the whole album because I think the songs are quite different.
They are.
As you said, like starts with acoustic and then it goes like to shred kind of heavy with some Aldemiola Latin taste. But then you have other songs like ballads, mid tempos, like more Stratocaster kind of American vibe. Like one song is a bit like that for me, like Ray of Life.
Yep.
And there's a lot of percussion, Brazilian stuff, and heavy, complicated prog stuff. So I think I would appreciate if somebody listened the album as the whole thing. I know nowadays everybody's like in the shuffle and the iPod, and listen to all mixed up.
Right.
Single, the way to go is like to record a single and people's gonna listen one song. But anyway, I really would appreciate to listen to the whole album and understand. And then and my website and my YouTube channel, you can find some videos of me recording that album. So if you like it, you can take a look of like the actual recordings to see how difficult sometimes it is.